I want to thank you guys for joining the show. You guys are technically my second guest.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. We're excited.
It's George and Serai or George and Serai. How do you want me to make sure I pronounce it properly?
So it's Serai.
Serai.
Yes.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Yeah, you're closer to mine. Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Awesome. And you guys are the owners of G&S Dog Training. I know you probably around this time of the year pretty busy with people who got dogs or puppies for Christmas and that's about it, huh?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Christmas puppies and then also everyone's going out of town for the holidays. So
Mhm.
a lot of taking care of dogs, boarding dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Boarding dogs. Okay, so that's part of the business, not just training, but boarding as well.
Yes.
So now how would you say that your business began and what inspired the two of you to start the business together?
It began, we actually previously worked for a dog training company that it was a nationwide company. So there were multiple states. We were actually in different states, starting off. So we were on our own paths individually searching dog training. And we actually just met, we crossed paths essentially. Just through the company, not in person too much, actually, luckily through visual and like video conferences, we first got our first introduction to each other. And then slowly adults do what they do and start to mingle.
Right.
And that's exactly how it started. But then very soon after, kind of we realized that we could do something better and bigger that we love if we were to branch out and do it on our own. Because this way we can actually dedicate a lot more time to the people and dogs, much
Mhm.
easier. Hmm.
Yeah. We were long distance for 11 months, and then we were trying to figure out, what the next step in our life was going to be. And then he was like, I have family here. Family is important to me. So I was like, okay, I'll move here for you. And here I am.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Thanks
that's
to the cold
awesome.
weather.
Hey, and then where did you move from?
Vegas.
Vegas. Wow. Oh, that's right. Okay, so from Vegas to cold Virginia. This is a
Yeah.
change, huh?
Went from desert to forest.
Literally.
From the from the desert to the forest, in the cold forest
Yes.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Would this be your first winter experience in this year, or how many years had you say
Oh,
you've been in the area?
no. I moved here November of 2021, and literally
Okay.
the day after I moved, there was like snow in my backyard. And in
Yeah.
Vegas, I had to drive like 40 minutes to like the mountain to play in the snow. Here it was just in the backyard, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I couldn't drive the first 2 months because I didn't know how to. And I was like, all right, I can adapt, but it was a lot.
Oh yeah. It had
That's what I was going to ask. Like, how the driving, like adapting to the driving. That's a great story to see how you guys met. Doing something that you both love. I was going to be corny and say, was it love at first bite?
Well, he did slid into my DMs
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
to ask me about dog training questions, and
Yeah.
then I gave him my Snapchat, and it said Cubana94 because I'm Cuban and he's Cuban. So then he's like, "Oh, okay. We have that in
We
common."
found common ground on
Right.
a few things just
Yeah.
unintentionally.
So
Awesome.
we started
Man.
talking.
See, that's good when you both have something similar that you like, because it's like, what are we going to figure out how we like about each other? And if you already have that connection, dogs are great. Dogs are great.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
man, George, you did some military service, correct?
Yes, I served 5 years in the Marines.
In the Marines. Well, first, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciated, indeed. Now, as far as that training and that background, how would you say that that shaped your approach in dog training? Or
I would say it kind of helped just more towards the discipline and consistency of the dog training. I feel like luckily I already had a foundation of it. I kind of merged into the military pretty easily because I kind of already had that from childhood a little bit. We didn't bring anything directly military related to our company or dog training, but it's just, I think some of the traits and attributes that I just got accustomed to really helped out with the work ethic part. But that's where we left it, as in, we treat the dogs much better than they treated the Marines, for sure.
right. Gotcha.
It's not that strict, but 100% I would say just the consistency and having experience of I have to wake up and do this every day, regardless of the time, regardless of the
Mhm.
circumstance, helped out.
Okay. So that planning and consistency definitely is something that went over well into the training, especially when you're training an animal. It's not like a human, you have to figure out their language, right?
Correct. And you don't have an expectation of what's this going to result in immediately, like you kind of do with a person. It has a lot to do with more, I have to gauge it off of the animal themselves. So
Yeah.
that's where it's like, the discipline helped, but that's where it kind of hit immediately at line, as in nothing really more, at least from my experience, I was able to really bring over.
Team. Awesome. And would you say he's doing a good job, Serai?
He's gotten a lot better.
He's gotten better.
I will say,
In the beginning, it was a
living
little different.
here, it was my first time working with military people.
Mhm.
So I didn't know that they were trained to not show emotion. So I was struggling because in Vegas, it's very different. And
Mhm.
I remember our first military client,
Yeah, I remember.
I had stopped mid-session and I was like, is your face always like this? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm explaining something and you're giving me nothing. So at the beginning we were working together, and so I had to tell him, because George was very like strict in the sessions, at least for like the first few sessions, and he wouldn't like show his goofy side right away. So that I told him, look, if you were my trainer, I would cry after each session because it's a lot. So we had to learn how to balance each other and how to like, okay, this is the personality of this client. They need a little bit softer approach, versus your strict face kind of thing. Like they need some emotion from you. So I had to learn that, because I didn't know that. I knew he was in the military, but I didn't know that working out with him, like, hey, we need to like tone it down to make this person feel good.
And some of it is for sure like regional differences, but then some of it is that this area does have a lot of veterans as well too,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
plays right into each other, because more on the West Coast in general, everyone's a little more happy-go-lucky. Everything is more of just like my dog is my baby to an extent, but here there's a little grittier type of like attitude to an extent, where
Yeah.
it was tough at first to like recognizing it, because man, people would give you nothing. You'd be like, I don't even know if they're interested.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, and that's interesting too, because you're right. There's a large presence, military presence, veteran presence. Is that a good portion of your clients and like the
Yes.
dog lovers? Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By complete coincidence, I
Yeah.
would say too. It was,
Majority of our clients are military.
yeah, or veterans of some sort, DoD workers of some sort. Of course, it being DMV, that's going to
Yes.
be a large part of the
Exactly.
economy. But oh yeah,
Yeah.
not even with intention,
Awesome.
but a lot of our clients are military.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome. So who's our friend that you have with us today?
Yeah, so this is Athena. She's our 1-year-old golden retriever. We have a total of 7 dogs. So she's
Wow.
she's
Athena's
our
the youngest.
She's the newest face of the company. She's actually gonna be coming down and actually starting to do demonstrations for us and being in the clients' homes and showing stuff. But yeah, she's really cool.
Ah. So Athena's a 1-year-old golden retriever.
Yes. Yes. We just threw her a birthday party last month.
Oh man, how was that? Like, do you have a lot of doggy friends and clients
Yeah.
bring their
Yeah,
pets?
we brought over some of the students.
There were like 10 dogs in the living room or something like that.
10 or 12.
Yeah.
Sounds like-
And then I got her a birthday cake that the company that we helped promote, and then got her a little backdrop. I felt like it was a big accomplishment because we raised a human baby with a puppy. And I was like, never again.
Wow. So it's almost like twins. They had bonding together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I
Man.
think that wasn't supposed to happen because we were fine with the dogs we had, but a friend of mine took me to dog yoga in DC, which I'm not allowed to go to anymore.
They have puppies.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
For sale.
so here's the thing: they post the breed the same day of the day that you're going, and I didn't see it on Instagram. So then it was Golden Day, and that's my breed. So then when I met the puppies, they were like 9 weeks old, not really biting or like too jumping. I was like, this is weird. Are there any puppies for sale? And she's like, yeah, we have like 4. And I was like, hey, babe, it's a good tax write-off.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of clients with puppies.
This is for the business.
It's for the business. Exactly. And we have our son who's now 19 months, and it went right perfect
That's
into
perfect.
them being raised together, because the rest of our dogs are 6, 8.
Yeah.
And so, they're not gonna have much when
Right.
he's older. So, and she's amazing with him. When they're together, it's like 2 toddlers. Like, it's insane.
They're just
But
hanging out.
Yeah.
yes.
Man, like brother and sister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They're getting into
literally.
mischief together.
Now you said golden retrievers. That's your breed. Is that like a specific breed that you focus on training, or just the breed you love the most?
It's the breed that I've come across from all the breeds that I've trained, what works for my lifestyle. We go to people's homes and we're with kids a lot. So I've learned over the years that the drive that they have and the chill mode and turn on, turn off, that's what works for me. So I couldn't have one. We have four.
Wow,
Four golden
nice.
retrievers.
4 golden retrievers.
George, before he met me, he wasn't a fan of Goldens just because he met them and they were like wild and just like super anxious. And then he met my dogs. He's like, wait, your dogs are cool.
Yeah, a little chilly.
Man.
Like, I could put up with the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So were you used to short-haired dogs like pit
Yep.
bulls and Rottweilers?
Yep, coming into the relationship, I still have my pit bull. He's still here.
Nice.
He's about to be 8 years old next month. But
Oh, man.
that's always been growing up was more pit bulls. So it's like you're just used to limited shedding. Like you almost kind of don't notice it to an extent. Versus them, you have to vacuum every week or every other day.
One of those robo vacuums. Yeah.
Yeah, I joined the relationship with 4 dogs myself.
Man.
So I had a Maltipoo and then 3 golden retrievers. And then thank God he was a trainer because otherwise it wouldn't work out.
No, I joke with a lot of my friends, and I'm probably going to catch slack for it. I pick on my friends who are single moms. They all have dogs. And it's like, that's it. You just have a dog. Like, this dog's running all over the house, jumping on the table, the couch. Then when you try to take it for a walk, it's walking you. So I may be referring you to a few people here soon. So
yeah. What
yeah.
people don't know is that it's important to have your dogs trained if you're single because you never know what the other person's going to have. Because Apollo, his pit bull, he's intact. He's not neuter. And my boy Simba, because I have 1 boy and then 3 girls, he's not intact either. So if he wasn't trained, that would have caused a lot of problems because Apollo and Simba, like they merge in really good. And of course, we were very strict. And Apollo then used to like dogs before he started training. So George drilled that for 2 years, but if it wasn't consistent, it could have been a lot of dog fights in our future.
Yeah, it may not have worked. It may not have worked.
Exactly. So it's really important to prepare for what could happen.
Right. Yeah. It's important to know the breed, what the breed temperaments are. Okay.
Of course. And like breed wise, it's like they're not all the same, but it does give you a good baseline of reference of hey, they were bred for this thing, so it's gonna usually come with so and so characteristics because it was selective breeding. It was on purpose. Whereas like a lot of times people fault the breed as if it's their fault. It's like no, it was humans that selected the breeding.
Right.
But it's like, don't put them in positions to fail. Use them for different things.
There you go. So you train the human to understand the pet that they
Majority of this is human.
Yeah, it's actually human training.
Amazing. And I saw also with your philosophy, your training philosophy, it is relationship-based rather than treat-based. Can you explain that a little more in depth for us?
Absolutely. Treats as in we don't use them in our training directly for any form of bribery or any form of transaction, meaning I'm not giving you a treat to do this action or behavior. Instead, we teach the dog where you have to do whatever action I'm asking you of based off of our mutual respect in the relationship. So instead, we teach it all with leash and collar. So every command we teach is leash and collar, and then it's our incentive, our treat is just our praise and talking to them, loving them, versus giving you a food. Reason being is like we see that it falls apart in the worst of scenarios, where if a dog really wants a squirrel to a dog, that's fast food. They're not worried about, you can give them a filet mignon, but if they see a squirrel, that's better than that. So it's like, if my treat is not good enough for a large distraction outside, we look at it like it's not good enough for the overall entirety of the training, like the totality of the training.
Gotcha. Okay.
We build it just off the relationship with the dog directly, where it's like, I have a mutual respect and we share it. I'm not going to let no dog or person ever come into your space and invade and hurt you.
Right.
But then the trade-off is you have to listen and you have to be where I tell you to be. And that's kind of the basis of it.
That's awesome. I like that, because a lot of people now, and especially during the COVID era, like you said, where we kind of come up with our own ways of training, or, we'll see, well, this is how my dad raised our dog. Or also they'll go to YouTube, and I've done it myself. I've gone to YouTube, and I felt like there's some benefit to it, but I think that there's more that the person has to understand because, like you said, the relationship over treat based, I've never heard of that before. Everything that I found was clicker or a treat. So that was amazing that you guys have that philosophy in your training. And so you're seeing pretty like really good results, lasting results from that, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And to be honest, it's how you maintain that relationship even after graduation,
Mhm.
because you get a puppy and new behaviors will come out when he turns 1, when he turns 2. So the program only lasts like 3 months, and then you're like, okay, my dog is trained, but then it hits teenager and now it's starting to bulk up to other dogs. You stop training. So there's a lot that goes into it that you're like, but how do I fix this? You can't fix an animal. You can't fix a dog. So this is where we're there for the rest of the dog's life, no matter if you move from Virginia, if you get married, if you have kids,
If you add dogs, if you add animals,
if you add a
whatever.
dog, whatever any change of season happens in your life, we're going to be there. And that's the biggest difference that we've noticed. And we've had that feedback from clients and stuff where the thing that you don't understand is it's not just cookie cutter program, this and that. It's like, we're going to help you and we're the language barrier between you and the dog for the rest of its life.
We're like the translators.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Translating the animal emotions and natural instincts
Correct.
into manageable commands and things that people say that the dog's like, oh, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. And a lot of times most times people just overly talk to dogs.
Okay.
It seems like one of these things that is like, it is unconscious. It's because we speak to each other.
Right.
So we just assume I could just throw this whole sentence at the dog with a noun, a verb, an adjective, an adverb, a predicate, a conjunction. It's like
Yeah.
they don't care nothing about that. They're waiting for
Uh,
one word that they recognize. So
Okay.
it's where a lot of it is we teach them, it's like, no, you're watching the dog's body language. You're watching what you're doing with the leash that is manipulating their body language. Whereas a bunch of things
Mm.
that are involved way before anything comes out of your mouth.
And that's amazing because that's actually what I was going to ask you next. Like, what are some misconceptions like that you see? But like you said, people talking and what else would you think?
I got a good misconception is
Mhm.
everyone who's owned a dog before knows this one, but they won't admit it. For some reason, they won't admit it.
Uh-oh,
When
I
you
might be
get
guilty.
home, when you get home and you saw that the dog's been in the garbage or tore something up or stole your shoes, the dog looks guilty. But then people have this thought that if I didn't catch the dog in the act of so-and-so thing, I cannot correct it because they forgot it. How would that guilt come about if they forgot it?
That's true.
So they're
Okay.
remembering it for hours. They knew what they did at noon, even though you showed up at 8 p.m.
Right.
Where that's one thing, big misconception where a lot of things were something simple like potty training, ripping up stuff when you're not home.
Mm.
We automatically assume, if I didn't catch the dog in the act, kind of like how the older generation showed us. If you didn't catch the puppy pottying, you can't correct it.
You can't
Where
correct
it's
it,
like,
but that's
that is untrue.
got
Very,
it.
very
Okay.
untrue. Mhm.
That
Yeah, so
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so in our training, everybody's like, well, the dog made the mistake. Should I like correct it now? And we're like, no, there's a lot that goes into it. Before you do anything, pick up your leash because it's an extension of the dog's body. Check your
Okay.
energy because you're transmitting that energy through the leash. So it's like you're picking up a bell and it's like, I'm a whoopee. You're coming in hot. Like, hey,
Right.
what this? Like, so the dog is already freaking out and it's like, I'm gonna get whooped right now. So that's where the coaching with the humans come in, and it's repetition. And even though we're like sometimes very like, hey this, and we say it over and over again, people are like, but why are you saying it? It's like, it's gonna make sense. Just trust the process, because we're trying to make sure your dog doesn't fear you, because it can happen. We're just trying to make sure that relationship doesn't get messed up.
Man, that is amazing. So this is part of all the services you provide, like that educational part alone into how the mind state of dog training works, as opposed to just coming in, reading a book, and then starting to do it.
Oh, yeah, because we were clients ourselves first. So we understand the struggle. We also understand, now that we're parents, that people have like busy lives, and it's hard to check in once a week before we see them. So it's instead of like, hey, how's it going? We'd just rather talk to you in person when we see you. But the main thing that we ask of people is honesty. If you had a bad week and you didn't really do the training, tell us. Like, We
Gotcha.
don't care. It's completely understandable. Hey, don't worry. What are you struggling with right now? Okay, we'll work on that. We're not going to add anything new. So it's not like it's 7 sessions, it's this, it's that. It's what you're giving us in that moment is what the dog is giving us. Because you have to consider dogs do have bad times during sessions. They can be overwhelmed for the scenario when we're out in public, and then they're not really absorbing anything that you're teaching them. So we're checking the dog's body language, and it's like, okay, let's stop. Let's pick back up next week because it's frustrating for the dog, then it's frustrating for you, and then you're not gonna learn anything, and we're not gonna
Man.
get anywhere. It's slow and steady, the
Yeah.
process, but you just have to trust the process.
Gotcha. You can't want to rush to, I just want my dog to be
No,
right. You said that's not how it works. You
no.
have to be involved, you have to participate, and you have to be
And
patient.
every dog is different. And when you're training and you're doing your homework, you have to be in the right state. You can be sad, you can be angry, because then if you're robotic, the dog's clearly not having fun. So are you having fun? So
Right.
it's we're trying to make sure you're actually training versus going through the motion.
Gotcha. That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. This is awesome information, guys. No, I'm some of it I feel like is, free knowledge, insider trading. But
It'll be beneficial for other people.
right.
So
Oh,
we're good
definitely.
with that.
Can you think of like a powerful or an emotional story about a particular dog or a dog and trainer scenario that you guys were just like, wow, that's the feather in our cap right there. This is why we do this.
Yeah, we have a lot, but as of recent, Knox.
Yeah.
As of recent, and
Paint the whole picture too, because give them the age and everything. Because this is a bad scenario, but it's in the works to be a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So Knox is a 6-year-old rescue pit bull. I don't think he was a rescue. I think he came from a
No, he originally did.
Yeah.
He was a rescue at a year. So they got him pretty young, still young puppy, as in a year would be like roughly like a 7-year-old for a human. So not crazy, still adolescent, not teenager yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they got him as a rescue originally, and then they had their owner, and then he was a part of a family. I guess the actual original owner was like a young male in their 20s or 30s.
Mm-hmm.
He got a girlfriend, and obviously now it kind of became the couple's dog per se.
Right.
So they unfortunately they had parted ways. Things didn't work out, but then the lady actually ended up taking the dog because he ended up growing up becoming too much of a hazard for their house. So he was actually very human aggressive, which is not too common for pit bulls, but you do see it. It's not that it's completely abnormal, but you do see it. But he was very human aggressive. So now he's 6 years old, fast forward to the point of she has to get up every day at like 4 or 5 in the morning to take him out before everyone in the neighborhood is out.
Oh.
And then it has to now all of everything, walking schedule, taking the dog in public, everything has to go around. Are there people present? I can't be out there.
Keeping him isolated.
Yep. So even the case of her friends and family coming over, he had to be in a kennel or muzzled and in a kennel.
Mm-hmm.
Because even just being in the kennel sometimes wasn't enough. He was actually actively sometimes attempting to get out of the kennel while you're in the home, which, you're not going to feel very safe.
No.
No, but now fast forward. So now we're almost done. We're about 5 or 6 weeks in. And of course, he's not perfect, but he's done his first public session. We actually went to a Lowe's in like Fairfax City.
Mm-hmm.
So busy Lowe's.
Yeah.
Busy Lowe's, very busy city where it's like, he did awesome. We had no growls. We had no lunges. He wasn't the most comfortable. He doesn't love people.
Yeah.
But he has now learned I don't have to worry about these people.
Yeah, and it's not funny, but like the last session we were at Tractor Supply, and one of the issues that he had that if you stare long enough at him, he's going to lunge. So of course I'm not shy to ask a random person, stare at this dog. Yeah. And they're like, why? And I'm like, just trust me, he struggles with this, stare at the dog.
Yeah.
Stare at the dog was like, what are we doing here, Mom?
Yeah.
Like,
oh man.
That was an automatic confrontation.
That would have been trouble.
Yeah. So it's funny every time we're like about to go out, I like let her panic a little bit the night before.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know if I can do it. I'm like, you got this. She's like, okay. So she just gets in her head, but in the moment she shines. And it's like beautiful to see the confidence growing in the client, not only the dog.
Yeah,
Because
that's the best part.
we
Seeing the person.
we know how we met you, and then we're seeing your transformation as well. It's not just the dogs, but
Not
of course
just the
we're not gonna
dog.
tell you.
The
But
dog gets the spotlight essentially.
yeah,
But in the background it's the person that's actually they've built in confidence of I can lead this dog no matter where we go.
That is
Mhm.
awesome. Oh man, God bless you guys. You're a savior for a lot of people because some people have to schedule their day, their week, especially if you have to go out of town or travel. It's like, who's going to keep your dog like
yes,
that?
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
talking about
Well,
that.
that was one of the caveats on there too was she didn't have anybody to take care of the dog.
Yeah.
And I don't think she travels too much, but nonetheless it's the option's not on the table
Correct.
Right.
because no one will take her dog because of the existing thing. But now that has been completely wiped off, as in we're free to take her dog whenever she needs to go anywhere.
Yeah, we have a client who's actually in our neighborhood, and they own 2 King Corsos. And at the
Beautiful dogs.
evaluation,
Oh yeah.
before they met us, they boarded somewhere else, and one of the dogs attacked the owner, and that was not a thing before. So now they're like, we can't travel because nobody's gonna take over 100-pound aggressive
Yeah.
dog. And then I told her, like, no, we train them. They always come back to us, no matter how like bad they are in a sense. And she like started crying at the eval because she was like, you really will take my dog? Like I can live, you know? And it's like,
Yeah.
you don't realize how bad your life can be affected if you don't train your dog.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
because it takes away some of the beauty in owning the dog when you can't do certain things with the dog.
right.
Like it defeats defeats the purpose that you actually kind of got the dog for sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Which hopefully is like we try our best to just unlock that. We don't cure
Man.
anything. We don't tell anybody we cure anything because they're animals. They have brains.
Mm-hmm.
But we teach them that through your leadership, you can influence their decisions way more than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Truly a godsend, you guys.
Thank you.
Man. The majority of your clientele, so you said with all DMV. Okay. Now I'm here in Woodbridge, and your customer base in Woodbridge. You said you had a few customers working out in Woodbridge, or
Majority of our
close
clients
local?
are in Woodbridge.
Yeah, I would say
Yes.
majority Woodbridge and Prince William as a whole.
Okay. Awesome.
Because we actually lived there for about a year or so too, which built a lot of things there. We lived in Dale City.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
We do a lot of sessions at the Lowe's on Smoketown.
Yeah.
We do a bunch of sessions in Stonebridge. Like people that even never trained with us, they've seen our face in Woodbridge quite a bit.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay. Awesome. So that's what I was going to say. Like, as far as in the community, how do you see outside of the dog training in the Woodbridge, Dale City, Prince William County areas? How do you see you guys affecting that local aspect and not just business? Because you guys are doing a business, but your business is amazing, and I think it does have a big impact. So how do you guys see you affecting the local sense?
I would say, well, one obviously with the dog training that kind of goes with it. But now I would say we have partners in Woodbridge, so we have multiple businesses that we're partnered with. We have one that is a pet store, essentially pet store and post office kind of together.
Junction Pet Supplies.
Yeah, like I don't know
Awesome.
the best way to explain it. They would, but
All
yeah, there's
right.
tons of stuff.
Give all the shout outs, you
Yeah.
want.
Well,
Absolutely.
they've honestly been our day one since day one because
Yeah, actually, I had
George
started a relationship before we
Yes.
started this company. I had started a relationship with them, and we clicked just on a personal basis, and kind of also how we wanted to affect the community is where we kind of had our immediate like interaction.
Yeah.
One of the
Awesome.
opens.
Yeah, so
Every-
we're always trying to see how we can, especially our clients who own their own businesses, how can we support them and how can we give back to them, because this is client based. Our number
Yeah.
one referral is clients. So if you're taking care of your clients, we're always trying to see, okay, how can I thank you for what you've done for us. Mhm.
Amazing. So how many years did you say that you guys have been in existence? as
This
a
year's
company?
gonna be 5.
Mhm.
This
It's
will be
just
5. All right. So
The big
happy
5.
5th anniversary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Man.
That's the short. That was the short term goal.
Yeah. That's
So that's what they
so
say.
long term, next 3 to 5 years, where do you see your company going?
I mean, still going.
Yeah.
Definitely still going. There might be some adjustments going in the future just because we're just actively trying to build a family up. So we have our second kid on the way.
Yeah, babe.
What?
Surprise!
Oh,
Hey,
we have our second kid on the way.
congrats again.
Thank
We don't,
Man.
we don't know the sex yet.
Mhm.
So that's
Okay.
we started to have our first doctor's appointment, and then we may stop after this, or who knows? We don't know exactly. So that'll be the only thing where we're gonna merge it to how does it best work with that.
Yeah, to
Um,
have to mainly focus and have the family time and be present. We're still gonna integrate the dogs, but at that point they're going to be a little bit older. So how can we integrate them with the dog training as well as sports are gonna come in play? So there's gonna be more, we wanna be active parents, being in every practice and stuff. Just trying to see how we can merge everything to
so nothing kind of suffers, obviously.
exactly.
So one of the things I also like to focus on is youth employment and engagement. About to come out of high school, in high school, not sure if college is a thing or where they want to go. Do
Mhm.
you guys see any opportunity in dog training and even for your business? Like, how would you guys focus or be able to offer anything like that if that was an option?
Yeah, no, great question. We've gotten the question in different ways over the years.
Mhm.
We've had the subject come up quite a few times. We want to an extent. The only issues that we have seen it happen before our eyes, which kind of made us want to start our own company, is the moment you start including people, um, things just get watered down very quickly.
The quality gets affected.
Yeah, and it's not always the case. Obviously, if you have the perfect candidate and they just happen to come to you and then everything lines up, awesome. Most of the time, it doesn't happen that way. Most of the time, it's more of, oh, it's an interest, but then very quickly, it'll be one or two bad things and it'll kind of show you may not be as passionate as you thought about this. And reason being, because this is a beautiful business, but it's not for everyone.
Right.
4/7.
Yeah, you essentially you can't clock out even when you're
Mhm.
home. You're working
Mhm.
because if anything, if you hear just an odd noise coming from a dog at 1 a.m, you can't just be like, huh, what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have to now go find out. No matter what, I have to go find out. So it's
Yeah.
like that does over time, it will start to eat at you if you're not really in love with it. So
Yeah.
that'd be the
Man.
only thing. We've talked about it maybe in our future where we will put together some form of in-person or online course, maybe, just to teach whatever it is that we want to teach. If somebody wants to uh kind of give their own shot of learning it, taking it in, maybe we'll do a coaching scenario, but it'll be you have to go and do it with your own business and your own name.
Mhm.
That's
Gotcha.
always been
Okay.
our concern.
Is
It's just
helping
that we
people open up and branch out on their own.
correct,
Yeah.
especially it's important to us because our actual initials are on the business.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I don't want, you know, Seth that we hired last year to now ruin what G&S has been trying to build. And it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, it may not happen that way, but it's just not worth the risk for us, at least
Yeah.
not at this point in our life.
Mhm.
Where we've tried very hard to guard it. And we kind of we want to keep it that way as best as we can.
I hear you, man. Well, I know you guys are gonna do great. You're gonna be great, even better. You've been doing amazing.
Thank
Um,
you.
and again, thank you for your time. Just a few more questions, or just a little bit of time to hang around. Like I said, this isn't anything that has to be in a business or anything like super serious.
Yeah.
Speaking of not being super serious, what is one of the funniest things you can remember in a session or the most common funniest thing you guys
Yes.
happen to
I have.
experience?
Yep, I have him. So there's this black pit bull named Cave that every time, because before we used to do sessions together, and every time it was my turn to do the session, I would just like smile at the dog and he pees on me. When George handles, he doesn't pee on him. So I needed to start bringing extra clothes,
And
extra
extra
shoes
yeah.
just to
Oh,
do this session. And he was just excited. Like he got that excited to see me, and I was like, bro, I can't even praise you.
that's
So
hilarious.
yeah, and so we have nicknames for every student that we have.
Okay.
So either like we change the tone of their names. So like Mija, it's like Mija, the Mija mamas.
Yeah.
Mia.
You make it very personal.
Yeah, then we have a GSP named George, and it was hilarious because when he was boarding with us, when I'm mad at him, I call him George. So when I'm good terms with him, I call him Babe. So then when George was boarding, I'm like, George! He's like, what? I didn't do anything. I'm like, not you, this dog. But
Oh man.
every time we see him, he's like, George, the George. He's like, he loses it. The other thing was this is OG time, but we were living in Woodbridge in a townhouse, and we're like just passing by, and I see this like I thought she was 12, getting dragged by a puppy Roddy.
Oh.
So I'm like, pull over, stop the car. So he like stops the car abruptly, and she looks at me, and I get out, and I'm like, hey, your dog's cute. Here's my business card if you ever need it. And she ended up signing up, and
Oh,
she
man.
thought, and she was not a kid, she was an adult, but she honestly thought she was gonna get kicked up that day. And I was like, look, if I didn't see you that day, I don't know where will be today, but yeah, Lucifer, his name is Lucifer.
Well, the dog named Lucifer?
Yes. And so
It's from a TV show.
yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it throws everyone off.
Gotcha.
It's
Not
funny.
because she likes Lucifer. Like, I love my Lucifer dog. He's
Well,
so bad.
they have a lot of Mormon people come over, and they're like, my dog's name is Lucifer, and then they don't
Oh,
know anymore.
man, that is so good. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And then the last one, we have a black German Shepherd pit bull mix. His name is Zero. There was one session, he's kind of like human reactive, whatever. We're doing a session at a park, and we tell mom, okay, drop the leash, walk away. And she's like, drop it completely? Like, I can't do that. He's gonna run. We're like, drop the leash, walk away. And then she did it. She's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like that just happened. My dog is
That-
dead. And like till this day, she couldn't believe she dropped the leash. And it's just like
Man.
small things that just makes our job a lot like funner.
Awesome. Yeah, man, you get that reassurance. It's like, yes, they are
Yeah.
listening. The human is learning.
Yes. And you see it in their brain. They're trying to fight it, but it's like, or sometimes they're like struggling with the leash, and I'm like, here, hand here.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're in my space. And I'm like, yes, because I'm supposed to coach you. So I'm supposed to literally coach you.
So the majority of like the stubbornness is from the human side. The dogs are like, hey, I'm willing to do what you want me to do. I just need you to do it clearly, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's
Man.
A lot of times, yeah, with the dogs, it'll be like, yeah, they're stubborn in the sense of like, yeah, they'll just, oh, I'll do it for a few seconds, and then they'll try it again. They'll try the mistake again, right? But with humans, it's different. They'll keep doing the mistake over and over, and then hopefully they'll get it right once in a while.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But they have to have their own kind of like, they have to have a moment in the training where it kind of clicks for them.
Mhm.
For
Okay.
some reason, that is the case where it varies from human to human, but it'll be like, it's always right between like 2 to 5 weeks in is usually it's usually this little obstacle that everyone kind of gets over. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, now I'm starting to, everything kind of goes into each other, and it starts to add up to them as to why everything is done the way it is. But it's wonderful when it clicks.
Mhm.
Because when it clicks,
Man.
there's a switch that happens, and it's kind of like you don't have to explain exactly as to why everything has to be done anymore.
Mhm.
Now it turns into just tell me what to do,
Mhm.
which makes it great.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
And just from humans owning dogs for so many years and doing it
Just habit.
so different, that it's breaking your human habits literally. But we try to do it, the nicest way. Sometimes if we like throw in a joke to like lighten the mood. So it's different personalities that we know of.
Yeah.
See how we can approach this personality, because it's not the same for everybody. It's just like
Right.
dogs.
Just like
That's
dogs.
why YouTube really doesn't work effectively, because the client is different, the dog is different, the husband is different, and it's like you gotta make sure that the person doesn't feel stupid either, because we're not there to judge you. And if it doesn't make sense, we tell them like, tell me, like, are you understanding what's going on? And they'll be like, no. And be like, okay. And then
Find a better way.
exactly, to
Gotcha.
make sure you understand everything.
Guys, this has been great. I've learned a lot while we had this short bit of time in the discussion, and learned some things that I was doing right, some things that I'm doing wrong when I have a dog. When I had a
Mhm.
dog, and then, well, my girlfriend has a dog, so I was trying to use the gentle leader. Is
Yeah.
that is that something you would recommend for walking, or no? No. So I was trying to promote it like this will help her walk. What is if it's just from home where it's like, hey, we want to take this dog on a walk? Like, what would you say would be the best thing to do?
Here's the best way to put it, at least the way we look at it, is in that case, it's not necessarily that the equipment is bad. It's not. It comes in handy for many situations. The issue is with the gentle leader, let's say specifically, you're teaching the equipment to teach the dog,
Oh,
as
okay.
opposed to you teaching the dog.
Right.
Same thing with the treat. You're teaching the dog to pay attention to the treat, and not pay attention to me. Versus there's a middleman that doesn't have to be there, which is
Okay.
the gentle leader, a harness. They're middlemen that they
Right.
do not have to be there. They're just there to kind of like to make the situation easier if I don't want to train the dog to an extent.
Gotcha. I hear you.
But as far as long term, no, it becomes very tough because the dog will catch on that fine every time because every time I'm pulling, it turns my head this way.
Mm-hmm.
But if the day you take that off, they're gonna be like, "Ooh, I can
I'm
get
out
away
of here.
with everything."
Right.
So
Awesome.
it's like it's not a bad thing, not at all. None of the equipment is inherently bad. It's just a
Mhm.
lot of times too much equipment is geared to you kind of informally training the dog.
Mm.
But it's like what you need is to formally train the dog. We're just trying to like sidestep around it and hopefully we get the same result.
Mhm.
Because that's what ends up happening. Where I would say with the gentle leader, with the harnesses that click to the front.
Yeah.
Where it's like a lot of them, it's like they're unnatural movements and you're just training the equipment to train the dog. Where it's like, and that one is
Okay.
like, it's better if you have somebody there to coach you through it.
Yeah.
Because even some people don't like the equipment we use,
Mhm.
but it's like, it's automatic. It shouldn't be that equipment is bad. It's how you use it.
How you
Because it
use it.
comes down to the person. Where we use just leash and we use a training collar at first. Training collar for the general public will be the choker chains, the chain pieces. That's our starting tool for the dog. Until they learn every command on that piece of equipment, we do not move to another piece.
Mhm.
But then
Awesome.
we eventually move them into a prong collar and then an e-collar. But the prong collar is just a representation of the dog's mouth. So
Mm.
if the dog's mother would correct the dog, they're gonna do it with their mouth.
Their mouth.
Mhm.
Exactly. They don't have thumbs and they don't have hot dogs.
Very
Not on
true.
demand.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
instead, they use their
Man.
mouth. They correct them by their neck
By
skin.
their
They actually growl and shake as puppies as well as that's how they transport them very early.
That's
Mhm.
Where it's
true.
like, that's all the prong is, but you can't put the prong directly on a new dog that knows nothing.
Right.
So it's like everything has a time and a place.
Mhm.
It's
Gotcha.
kind of how like it's like I can't go to CVS, pick up 2 syringes and some ibuprofen, and now I'm a nurse.
Mhm. Yeah.
Nobody,
That's
you should
that's
not let me
good
near you with
perspective.
a needle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing perspective. No, just because you have the
Exactly.
tools doesn't mean you know how to use them.
correct. Because
Exactly.
I'm gonna use them wrong. I'm gonna hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the e-collar, it's not a shock collar. It's a muscle stimulator. That's like everybody's like, oh, you use
Uh,
shock collar. It's
shock.
like, no, it's muscle stimulator. It
Mhm.
flexes the muscle and you can use it in water so it doesn't shock the
Oh, gotcha. So you're not like electrocuting anything.
Exactly. During the evaluation, we show everybody all the equipment. We have them feel all the
They
equipment.
test it on themselves.
So we have nothing to hide in a sense. And we provide all the training equipment too. And we've had dogs that react to the stainless steel material. We change it to make
Mhm.
sure it's proper for that dog specifically. So you don't have to worry about that part. You know what I mean?
No, this is great. This is great. So if we wanted to get in touch with you, we're like, man, like, yes, I do have a dog that I thought was trained, but really isn't. Or, you know
Mhm.
what? Joey's dog is a bad dog. It's Joey. I need Joey to understand. We need to get him in touch with George and Serai. Where can we find you guys? How do we get in touch?
Yep. So we have our
So-
website, gsdogtraining.com. You have our Instagram. You can find us there on Facebook, on TikTok. And basically, you can fill out a questionnaire on our website, or you could call us. You can message us. You know, we're pretty quick to respond. And get availability, explain the process during the evaluation. We not only show the equipment and see the dog, see the challenge that the person is having specifically, but we also show you a live demonstration with one of our dogs of how the training is. So it's not like I'm showing you videos. This is the work that I can do. No, I'm showing you a live animal, how it can act with the training.
And take
Awesome.
consideration, we're bringing said live animal, we're bringing into somebody's house that they're unfamiliar with.
Mhm.
New
Mhm.
people, new dogs. They sometimes have cats. They have whatever. We have to come in, and our dog has to behave in order to do the demonstration, and just to kind of show the people that hey, this can be what your dog can do if they learn so and so rules.
Exactly.
Amazing. Well, guys, this is great. And again, thank you for your time and being willing to join with me and discuss your
Yeah.
business and things. This is just some things I pulled up from your website. Beautiful website, beautiful pictures,
Thank you.
beautiful
Thank you.
family,
Our
guys.
clients.
Yeah, these are all of our
Man,
clients, our
all of your
students.
clients too.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't get nothing from Google?
Yeah.
Those are all the photos you will see on our website.
All of your true testimonials from
Yes,
results
yes.
from
Our clients
customers.
or our dogs specifically.
And the logo is our dogs too.
Yeah, the logo silhouette is actually, it was a silhouette from our original 5 when we started the company.
Let me get that silhouette. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
And there you guys are.
Yep. It's 3 Goldens, a pit bull, and a Maltipoo in the middle with us too.
Man.
Yeah. Now we've expanded a little bit, but yeah, that was our original 5.
Wow. Well, guys, this has been great.